Hi everyone! Today we're making okonomiyaki. Okay, it's a bit of a tongue twister, but okonomiyaki, it's a kind of Japanese savory pancake. It's extremely popular in Japan. There are okonomiyaki restaurants you can go, but they're most popular in markets. If you go to any food market in Japan, you'll find okonomiyaki for sure. I love these savory pancakes when I was in Japan. So I've been experimenting recently to see if I can make them not only vegan, but also keto friendly as well. And they came out wonderfully. And on top of that, I added a bit of my own twist as well. So I can't wait to show you how to make these wonderful, wonderful pancakes. So let's do it. So the ingredients you need. So the pancake batter, really you only need 3 ingredients. One is some soy flour. And some people are kind of wondering whether soy flour is keto. I say definitely yes. It's very low carb. I think it's only 3 grams of carb per 100 grams, if I'm not mistaken. So it's lower than almond flour. It's exactly the same thing what tofu is made of. If you think tofu is keto, and it definitely is, then soy flour is as well. And on top of that, we need some psyllium husk powder. This is a very, very fine ground psyllium husk powder. And it features quite a lot on my recipes because psyllium husk is just such a great binding agent to replace gluten. And on top of that, we just need a bit of salt. And that's it for the pancake batter. How simple is that? And inside the pancake, we're going to add 2 fresh ingredients. One is cabbage and the other one is some ginger. So the quantity we need, probably I'm going to use up half of this chunk here. So it's about 1/4 of a medium-sized cabbage. And for both vegetables, we need to shred them. So I've got some shredded here. So you can put it through food processor. It's probably the quickest, or you can just do it by hand. And for ginger, it's the same. I just cut the ginger in small strips. I'm really addicted to ginger at the moment, so I'm adding tons of it, but you can adjust the amount you want. And to go on top of the pancake, we need some vegan mayo. So you can choose the vegan mayonnaise of your choice and some soy sauce. And also we need some seaweed sprinkle. So this is green seaweed in small bits that you can sprinkle on top of things. So I got this actually from Whole Foods. Now it's so widely available, it's really, really good. So you should be able to find this from your local Whole Foods or health food stores. If not, you can always try Amazon. I say Nori sprinkle is kind of important for this recipe because it really goes hand in hand with the pancakes. And this is all you need. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to mix the batter for the pancake. So it's really, really easy peasy. So the first thing we're going to add in is the soy flour. So I've got about 60 grams of soy flour here. And the next thing we're going to add is the psyllium husk powder. So we need about 1 tablespoon for this recipe. It goes in. And we're going to add some salt. So I'm going to add in about ½ teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to add in the cabbage and ginger. So I'm going to just add in probably about half at this point. And I'm going to add more as I go. And also chuck in the ginger as well. So with ginger, I'm going to just add the whole lot. And we're going to have some water ready. And just like any kind of recipe, when it comes to liquid, you want to be as cautious as you can. So I'm going to just add it bit by bit. So I'm going to add in a little bit right now and start mixing. So obviously in the beginning it will be quite dry, but I'd rather having a dry start than going overboard. All I'm trying to do is to find that perfect consistency for the pancake. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And a little bit more. And now I'm going to add the rest of the cabbage in there. It should be fine. So the amount of fresh ingredients in this pancake is kind of up to you. You just need to have enough of the batter to kind of bind it together. You have some freedom there. But I like my pancakes to have a lot of cabbage in there. It's kind of what makes okonomiyaki is the cabbage. So I'm going to just keep mixing. It's quite therapeutic. So the kind of texture we're aiming for is kind of firm enough that you can bind it together as a lump. It's a beautiful way of describing it. But also still has that kind of stickiness to the batter. So you don't want it too dry or powdery. I think this is looking good. As you can see, I can kind of grab hold of it and form it into a kind of rough ball shape. But it still has that sort of stickiness, so it's not too dry. So this is good. This is what we're looking for. Okay, so the batter is done. So I'm not kidding when I said it was easy peasy. Now we're gonna just turn them into pancakes. So before we go and fry the pancakes, we're going to make a very, very quick and easy shoyu mayo. And all that is some vegan mayo with some soy sauce. So I'm gonna just add in a little bit of mayo. You can decide the quantity yourself. And inside we're going to just drizzle in a little bit of soy sauce to start with. And we're going to taste it as we mix it and decide if we need more. Take a fork and just start mixing. So I'm going to just quickly taste it to see if I need more soy sauce. This is good. So you want to add a bit more savory flavor, but you don't want to be too salty. I'm going to add in a pinch of sweetener. So this is optional. I just wanted to add in a little bit of sweetness to make the flavor rounder. Great. So the shoyu mayo is complete. Okay, now it comes to the exciting bit. We're going to fry the pancakes. So here's my batter. So I roughly just break them into 3 portions. For me, they make about 3 pancakes, but it's up to you. You can make them larger, smaller. But this is how big I like my pancakes. So we're going to add a bit of coconut oil and turn the heat on. So we want the heat to be kind of medium to medium low. We're going to fry the pancake slowly. And as you probably noticed, that there's no fat in the pancake batter. So this is a nice opportunity to add in to boost a bit of fat content. So I'm using generous amount of coconut oil. And now I'm going to add in the portion for 1 cake. The easier way to do it is to have 2 spatulas ready. And what you want to do is to kind of press it down slightly to form the pancake shape. We're using low heat, so we've got plenty of time to create the shape. So we want it to be kind of round shape to start with, and then gently press it down. And once it starts to look reasonably robust, we're going to flip it over. And the best way to do it is to use a plate. So I'm going to just flip it onto the plate and then flip it back. Okay, so wish me luck. So, oh, I can just tip it over. That works too. And then I'm going to just flip it back. Whoops. Oh, here we go. It's okay. Yeah, it's golden brown, beautiful. So we're going to continue to fry the other side and press it down gently. If you want to brown it more on this side, you can flip it back again. So it's not a problem. But you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to turn black. Such great pancakes these are. So you want low heat and then cook gently. You want the middle to cook through properly and all the cabbage and everything. So be patient. And during the process, you can always add a bit more fat if you want to. You can add a bit more coconut oil. And I think I'm going to flip it over again. Just make sure it's cooked thoroughly. So I'm going to do it this way this time. Whoops. And then tip it back. Ah, there you go. But obviously, if you're some sort of master chef, you can always like flip over with a frying pan. If you're brave, I'm not. So I'm using the plate. Just look at this color, it's so beautiful. Okay, so this is looking really good. I think it's done. So I'm gonna turn the heat off. Okay, so I've transferred the pancake onto a chopping board. So now we can start to add the toppings. So this is the fun part. The first thing we're going to do is to spread some of the shoyu mayo we made earlier on. So I'm gonna just spoon some on top. Kind of a generous spread. Okay, and here's kind of my own twist. I'm going to add some freshly crushed avocado on top. I know the purists might frown, but this is my pancake. I do it the way I like it. So I'm going to just put a generous dollop on top of the pancake, right in the middle. So just roughly spread it out. Lovely. And now we're going to spread some of the nori on top. So I'm going to just spread kind of on the side to make a nice little ring. It's so beautiful. I love the flavor of nori sprinkle. It's lots of fun memories. And it's such an important part of Japanese cuisine. And the next step is totally optional. I'm just being a little bit fancy here. I actually put some plain mayo, vegan mayo, inside a homemade sort of piper, just using a baking sheet. So if you want to know how to make it, I'll put a link down below. It's really, really easy to make. I'm going to pipe some mayonnaise on top of the pancake. You know I'm having fun, right? So I just snip the top of the piper, and now I'm going to just pipe, go around the edge. Let's make a little shape there. You can tell that I'm not good with piping. So there you go, that's not too bad. It's abstract, I know. And the last thing we're going to do is to put some of this ginger. This is optional as well. This is Japanese red ginger, pickled. I also got it from Whole Foods and it's made by Clear Spring as well. So thank you, Clear Spring, that I'm able to get hold of this so easily. So I'm gonna just put some on top here. And the flavor is so good as well. And before you eat it, you can eat it like this, no problem at all. But we're going to make it easier to eat. We're going to slice it up almost like a pizza. Take a sharp knife and we're going to just give it a little cut. So there you go, here's the keto vegan okonomiyaki with the avocado twist. And let's see, let me just pick up a piece to show you what it's like. Look at that. It's Japanese pizza. It smells so wonderful. You get that ginger and mayonnaise and the nori as well. It's a classic combination. It's so, so good. I need another piece. It's just so creamy and so good. There's no way you know there's no flour in there at all. I can eat this all day, seriously. You know, if you have had okonomiyaki, maybe in Japan or anywhere, and you think you're on keto, you can't have it anymore, now you can. And you've never tried it before, you really need to try this recipe. I mean, it's so fun to make, and you can be creative with the ingredients you add in. You can add spring onion, you can add zucchini maybe, and you can create your own toppings. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you're inspired to try it. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I post the food I eat and recipes from this channel and all the other updates as well. So check out my Instagram and Twitter. So thank you for hanging out with me and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.